Hello all, this is Sagarika. Welcome to SAGU'S Math. Today's topic is continuity of functions and also solutions of exercise 7A of elements of mathematics of Odisha Bureau books. Okay. So हमें continuity कौन पढ़ता? First continuity का definition first. Continuity. Okay. Continuity means when we say a function is continuous आमे केतेबेले कहिबा जे गोटे function continuous अछि ठीक अछि continuous हेबा को हेले आमे कोन करिबा value a function is said to be continuous when limiting value is equal to functional value okay limiting value ta functional value सह same what is functional value and what is limiting value means where left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. Functional value means at that point the function value exists. This is in blind man say okay ठीक अछि तो continuity रो तीनटा स्टेप अछि फर्स्ट में देखिबा a function f(x) is said to be continuous. गोटे फंक्शन को हमें continuous said to be continuous at a point a गोटे फंक्शन को गोटे पॉइंट रे कंटीन्यूअस कर बिकॉज़ देखो एट गोटे फंक्शन अछि फंक्शन टा म एमते ड्रा करि दैट मींस ए पॉइंट रे फंक्शन रो लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट राइट हैंड लिमिट इक्वल ना हमें गोटे फंक्शन को कंटीन्यूअस करबा सपोज ग्राफ टा ए पॉइंट रे फंक्शन रो वैल्यू कोन आसुची सपोज दैट पॉइंट इज a and function value f of a and also to check left hand limit and right hand limit ठीक अछि चेक करिबा यदि सेम आसुची that means left hand limit right hand limit same that means limit exists and at that point also the value of a function exists that means first to check f of a has a definite value it is a definite value ठीक अछि second thing is limit x tends to a f of x exists that means limit value exists for third point अछि limiting value is equal to functional value limit x tends to a f of x is equal to f of x that's the story okay then move for problem exercise 7a element of mathematics question is check the continuity of the given or following functions check the continuity of following of following function is number 1 I f of x is equal to x square minus a square by x minus a x not equal to a is equal to a x equal to a at x equal to a x equal to a रे हमें function continuous or discontinuous हमें check करें ठीक अछि solution as previously said that will be tested 3 points हमको तीनटा point test करबा हेबो first point is function has definite value at x equal to a the value of function equal to a that implies at x equal to a value of a function that means fx equal to a so we can write f of a is equal to a हमें लिख पाएंगे that means function value exists then limiting value limit value means limit x tends to a f of x which equal to limit x tends to a x square minus a square by x minus a which equal to देखो हमर लिमिट रो गोटे फार्मूला थिला कोन limit x tends to a x to the power n minus a to the power n by x minus a is equal to n into a to the power n minus 1 এটা हमर गोटे फार्मूला here देखो in place of n there is 2 it is 2 अछि that means a place रे की अछि a निजे अछि that means 2 into a रा power 2 minus 1 is equal to 2 but here given limit value is equal to a but sorry given function value equal to a but limit value is equal to 2a since limit x tends to a f of x not equal to f of a, so the function is discontinuous. So the function is not continuous. It is a continuous function. Okay, got it? Here given fx is equal to 2 at x equal to 0. X 0 थिबा बेले हमर फंक्शन वैल्यू 2 अछि, but x not equal to 0. Not equal to 0 means x tends to 0. X tends to 0 रे sin 2x by x. So हमर x equal to 0. So we can write f of 0 is equal to 2. हमें 2 ठीक अछि. Then limit value put करिबा, limit x tends to 0 sin here limit x tends to 0 f of x, which equal to limit x tends to 0 f of x means sin 2x by x, which equal to, there is a formula, limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is equal to 1. Because when we put at place of x, this will sin 0 by 0, which equal to 0 by 0 does not exist. By L hospital rule, the formula x to calculated this equal to 1. हमें correct by L hospital rule रे ठीक अछि. तो हमर देखो एठी x अछि, here x अछि and here also x. But now we can write 2 into x tends to 2 into 0. लिख परिबा here sin 2x by x मो डिनोमिनेटर रे गोटे 2 मल्टीप्लाई करूची, न्यूमरेटर रे also गोटे 2 मल्टीप्लाई. देखो now limit 2x tends to 0 sin 2x by 2x into 2, which 2 is constant taking to outside, which equal to 2 into 1, because from the above formula the value of the limit is equal to 1, which is equal to 2. Now here limit value limit x tends to 0 f of x is equal to f of 0, which equal to 2. So the function is continuous. Function टा हमर कोन अछि continuous. Okay, करिबा function value check करिबा, given that given अछि at x equal to 0 f of x is equal to what, e square. it हमको given अछि. So f of 0, that implies f of 0 is equal to e. Now for limiting value, limit x tends to 0 f of x, which equal to limit x tends to 0 1 plus 2x power 1 by x. देखो हमें लिमिट रो वैल्यू पुट कर लिसन, हमें कौन करिबा एठी x रो वैल्यू 0 पुट करबा 1 plus 2 into 0 to the power 1 by 0, which equal to 1. 1 to the power infinity which is indeterminate form determine करा जाय परिबानी or not define करा जाय परिबानी 1 to the power infinity. So there was a formula, there was a formula thila जदि limit x tends to a fx power gx, okay, that's equal to e to the power limit x tends to a fx minus 1 into gx. It is equal, ठीक अछि. So which equal to, now we will write e to the power limit x tends to 0 1 plus 2x minus 1 into gx. Here equal to fx, this equal to gx into gx means 1 by x. Okay. So e to the power limit x tends to 0. Here 1 minus 1 cancel is equal to 2. Limit of 2. Since constant value, we will write in square. function of value is square, limit of value is square. That implies limit x tends to 0, f of x is equal to f of 0 is equal to e square. So the function is continuous. Function टा continuous. because तुम्हें मैंने लिखिबा that's why मु slow लिखिबा but here at x equal to 0 the functional value is equal to that means function value equal to 0 so f of 0 is equal to 0 that means function value. Next for what limit value we know that the function the maximum and minimum value of sin x is equal to what plus 1 to minus 1 okay minus 1 to plus 1 maximum value टा plus 1 आसे minimum value टा sin रो minus 1 देखो हम sin रो एंगल अछि sin 1 by x sin 1 by x less than equal to minus 1 to 1 sin 1 by x रो सब value minus 1 to 1 भितर लाइक कौन करूची सबुठी गोटे x मल्टीप्लाई करूची minus x less than equal to x sin 1 by x less than equal to x okay तमरो now limit x tends to 0 minus less than equal to limit x tends to 0 x sin 1 by x which is less than equal to limit x tends to 0 x ठीक अछि देखो एटा हमर असला 0 less than equal to limit x tends to 0 x sin 1 by x which is less than. So from this result we conclude that by sandwich theorem 0 to bada but 0 to sana and with equal from these two statement we conclude that limit that implies limit x tends to 0 x sin 1 by x is equal to 0. Okay, here function value 0 limit value also 0. Limit x tends to 0 f of x is equal to f of 0 is equal to 0. So limit value equal to function value then the function is continuous. Okay. Equal to 0 because if at x equal to 1 function value equal to 0. Then limit value limit x tends to 1 f of x is equal to limit x tends to 1 x square minus 1 square by x minus 1 because we may write 1 is equal to 1 square by putting the formula 2 into 1 power 2 minus 1 is equal to 2. From the formula limit x tends to a x to the power n minus a to the power a by x minus a is equal to n into a to the power n minus 1. The formula put kale here at place of a here is equal to 2 and at place of a is equal to 1 which is equal to 2. That means limit x tends to 1 f of x not equal to f of 1 so the function is not continuous. Function is continuous. Function is discontinuous. Okay. Given f of 0 is equal to 0. Limit x tends to 0 sin 1 by x. Okay, function ର value limit x tends to 0 f of x is equal to this. तो एठी हमें कौन पुट करिबा sin 1 by 0. देखो x प्लेस रे 0 पुट कर which equal to sin 1 by 0 means sin which equal to देखो sin ର value हमर कौन करे sin infinity. Sin the maximum and minimum value from this graph we know that maximum value is equal to 1 and minimum value is equal to minus 1 sin of infinity which does not exist. It exists करू नहीं, so limit तो exist करू नहीं. Since limit does not exist, the function is not continuous. Exist, the function is not continuous. It's not continuous. Greatest integer function सबବେଳେ square bracket भितर. Greatest integer function. एटू गोटे word तुम शुणुछ integer. That means all values should be integer. Integer function. Integer z is equal to 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 up to dot. 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2 up to dot. देखो when question gives us 1.5, greatest integer of 1.5. That means 1.5 here. Yes or no? That means 1.5 पूर्व integer किए अछि 1. That means this is greatest integer. Okay, not 0, not minus 1, not minus 2, etc. ता पूर्व integer सब किए अछि 1 अछि, 0 अछि, minus 1 अछि. समान के भीतर greatest किए 1 अछि. That means greatest integer of 1.5 is equal to 1. Similarly, question is asked minus 2.5. 2.5 पूर्व हमर integer किए सब अछि तो minus 2 अछि, minus 2.5, minus 2.5 कोड रहइबो minus 2.5. तो 2.5 पूर्व के integer अछि minus 3 अछि, minus 4 अछि, etc. समान के भीतर greatest के अछि minus 3, which is equal to minus 3. Okay, because minus 2 for a greatest integer के minus 1 है. Right answer होगा minus 3. सबुबले नेगेटिव रे कोन पता पूर्वटा आसीबो एंड आल्सो पॉजिटिव रे आल्सो पूर्वटा. तुम्हें एठी minus 2.5 रो minus 2 लिखिबे, that's equal to wrong. Okay, here in solution first to check at function f of minus 11 by 3 is equal to 3 into minus 11 by 3 plus 11, which equal to 0. Here to find left hand limit. Limit x tends to a minus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a minus. एटा हमर कोन लिमिट रो फॉर्मूला, लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट रो फॉर्मूला हमें बे पुट करबा लिमिट x टेंड्स टू minus 11 by 3 minus f of x, which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of minus 11 by 3 minus, which equal to limit h tends to 0 minus 11 by 3 minus. हमें 8x प्लेस रे देखो फंक्शन fx टा 3x plus 11 f of this, which also we will put 3 into minus 11 by 3 minus h plus 11. Okay, which equal to limit h tends to 0 3 into minus 11 by 3, which equal to minus 11, 3 into minus h minus 3h plus 11, which equal to minus 3h. 11 11 cancel, plus and minus. So 3 into h. Suppose 3 into 0.1, which equal to 0.3. 0.3 रो greatest integer जति पचरछि सेटा कोन आसीबो 0 आसीबो, because 3 into minus 0, that implies minus 3 into 0.1, which equal to minus 0.3. तो minus 0.3 पूर्व greatest integer के अछि minus 1. तो जेट लाइन ड्रा करबा here 0, here minus 0.3, here minus 1, तो पूर्व के अछि minus. That implies limit h tends to 0 minus 1, which equal to minus. Okay, next to check right hand limit. For right hand limit, RH, right hand limit x tends to a plus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus. Okay, right hand. तमे राइट हैंड लिमिट फार्मूला रे पुट करिबा क्वेश्चन कोन अछि लिमिट x टेंड्स टू -11/3 प्लस f of x which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of -11/3 plus h which equal to our function was what f of x is equal to 3x plus 11 which equal to limit h tends to 0 3 into -11/3 plus h plus 11 which equal to limit h tends to 0 3 cancel -11 plus 3h plus 11 which equal to 3h plus 3h that implies 3 into h tends to 0 that implies 3 into 0 0 point something that means हमारा 0 ରୁ 1 रे लाइन here is equal to 0. So 3 into h tends to 0 that means suppose 0.25 is equal to 0.75. Okay. So it is greatest integer ke the full point integer ke aise bochi kon hochi left hand limit -1 asti right hand limit 0 asti since the two since left hand limit is equal to -1 not equal to right hand limit is equal to 0 that means here limit does not exist limit exist karuni that implies the function is what okay if x not equal to 0 and 0 if x is equal to 0 we check at x equal to 0 here solution functional value at 0 f of 0 is equal to 0 limiting value that means to check left hand limit and also check to right hand limit left hand limit limit h tends sorry x tends to 0 minus f of x which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 now which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h that means e to the power 1 by 0 minus h minus 1 by e to the power 1 by 0 minus h plus 1 କେମିତି ହେଲା ଏଇଟା ଦେଖ x ଅଛି here also x ଅଛି ଏଇଟା also x ଅଛି ଏଠି 0 minus h 0 minus h 1 by 0 minus h 1 by ଅଛି ସେଇଟା which equal to limit h tends to 0 e to the power minus 1 by h minus 1 by e to the power minus 1 by h plus 1 देखो हमें जाने छे e to the power 1 minus 1 by h in place of h we will put 0 which equal to e to the power minus 1 by 0 means infinity which equal to 1 by e to the power infinity yes or no by e to the power infinity equal to infinity which equal to 0 is equal to 0 minus 1 by 0 plus 1 which is equal to minus. Now, the right hand limit, limit x tends to 0 plus f of x. Similarly, we can write limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h which equal to limit h tends to 0 e to the power एट देखो x प्लस रे कंप्यूट करिबा 1 by 0 plus h sorry 0 plus h that means 1 by 0 plus h minus 1 by e to the power 1 by 0 plus h plus 1 which equal to limit h tends to 0 e to the power 1 by h minus 1 by e to the power 1 by h plus 1 देखो 1 by h that means e to the power 1 by 0 which equal to e to the power infinity that's equal to e to the power infinity equal to infinity infinity minus 1 infinity also below Infinity plus 1 is equal to also infinitive. That means infinity by infinitive form, which is not determined. That implies limit h tends to 0 e to the power 1 by h both numerator and denominator divide. That means e to the power 1 by h by e to the power 1 by h minus 1 by e to the power 1 by h divided by e to the power 1 by h divided by e to the power 1 by h plus 1 by e to the power 1 by h. Okay. Which equal to limit h tends to 0 cancel हे वाला 1 minus e to the power minus 1 by h तो ऊपर को गला e to the power 1 by h और e to the power minus 1 by h हे वाला divided by 1 plus e to the power minus 1 by h. Okay, cancel वाला e to the power 1 by h ऊपर वाला रहेगा कौन है which equal to 1 minus e to the power minus infinity divided by 1 by e to the power minus which equal to 1 minus 0 by 1 plus which equal to 1. But here left hand limit is equal to here left hand limit minus 1, right hand limit 1. Since left hand limit not equal to right hand limit, that implies limit value does not exist. The limit f of x does not exist. Limit f of x at x tends to 0 does not exist. So, the function is discontinuous. Okay. Question number IX is given function is f of x is equal to 1 by x plus greatest integer function of x if x less than 0 and minus 1 if x greater than is equal to 0 to check at x equal to 0. Solution. देखो हमें कौन करिबा x 0 रे चेक करिबा फंक्शन 0 रे भी -1 and greater than 0 रे भी -1. Okay, so f of 0 is equal to minus. हमें कौन करिबा राइट हैंड लिमिट चेक करिबा राइट हैंड लिमिट मींस लिमिट x tends to 0 plus. So 0 plus means greater than 0. Here function value is equal to what? Minus 1. F of x is equal to minus 1. Left hand limit x tends to 0 minus f of x which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h means 1 by in place of x we will put 0 minus h plus 0 minus h greatest integer function which equal to limit h tends to 0 1 by minus h the minus h means minus 0 in place of h we will put 0 or 0.1 etc. Okay, because tends to 0 that means 0.1 or we may take 0.2. So the greatest integer function ke 0.0 minus 0.1 the purva integer kiya achi minus 1 that means a plus ka minus apply kala pare ame likhiba 1 by minus 0 minus 1 which equal to minus. Since left hand limit is equal to right hand limit that means limit x tends to 0 f of x exists and that's equal to minus 1 and which also equal to f of 0. So the function is not continuous. देखो function na value 0 रे केते अछि 0 then left hand limit means x tends to 0 minus f of x, which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus, which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h means minus h, that means minus h divided by minus h. देखो आमे जानी छे मॉड्यूलस फंक्शन, मॉड्यूलस ऑफ x टा माइनस x हुए if x less than 0, x हुए if x greater than 0, ओके greater than equal to, तो एठी हमर माइनस h अछि तो मु एठी कोन करबी यदि लेस देन 0 थिबो then minus of minus h which equal to plus h अछि, that's equal to limit h tends to 0 h by minus h which equal to limit h tends to 0 minus 1 equal to minus. Now right hand limit x tends to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h, which equal to limit h tends to 0 h modulus by h, which equal to limit h tends to 0 h by h, which equal to limit h tends to 0 1 is equal to 1. Since left hand limit not equal to right hand limit, that means limit x tends to 0 f of x not exist. So the function is not continuous, means the function is hurt this function. Okay. Next question is xi. X equal to 0 f of x. देखो x0 रे फंक्शन वैल्यू कोन अछि 2x plus 1, fx is equal to 2x plus 1. Now f of 0 is equal to 2 into 0 plus 1, which equal to 1 because 0 plus 1 left hand limit, that means 0 to sun. Okay, the limit x tends to 0 minus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h. Okay, which equal to limit h tends to 0 2 into minus h plus 1, which equal to also 1 because 2 into right hand limit x tends to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h, which equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h, that means greater than 0 0 plus 0 to बड़ा हेले हमर फंक्शन कोन अछि x अछि, that means here x. Okay, that means here f of x टा केते अछि x अछि, that means f of h टा केते हबो h ने अछि, सेटा हमर कोन h which equal to, since left hand limit not equal to right hand limit, so limit h tends to limit Since left hand limit not equal to right hand limit, that implies limit x tends to 0, f of x does not exist. That implies the function is what? Discontinuous. Okay. Next, to say at x is equal to 1. ଆମେ similarly at x equal to 1 रे check करिबा 1 रे कोन अछि less than 1. That means 1 minus रे function value x, 1 plus रे function value 2x minus 1, and also 1 रे भी function value 2x minus 1. So for x at x equal to 1, fx is equal to 2x minus 1. That implies f of 1 is equal to 2 into 1 minus 1, which is equal to 1. Now left hand limit is equal to limit x tends to 1 minus f of x, which is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 1. 1 minus h, 1 below thile kon achi function value x. Here is equal to limit h tends to 0, 1 minus h, which is equal to 1 minus 0 is equal. Right hand limit, limit x tends to 1 plus f of x is equal to limit h tends to f of 1 plus h, which is equal to 1 plus h ର function value କଣ greater than 1, 1 ଠୁ ବଡ଼ ହେଲେ function value କଣ ଅଛି 2x minus 1. That implies limit h tends to 0, 2 into 1 plus h minus 1, which is equal to 2 into 1 plus 0 minus 1, which is equal to also 1. Since left hand limit is equal to right hand limit, that implies limit value exists, limit x tends to 1, f of x is equal to f of 1, which is equal to 1. So the given function is continuous. Okay, function continuous. Next asala xi, x second question is if x is equal to 1 by e to the power 1 by x minus 1 if x greater than 0 and 0 if x less than equal to 0. Check at x. F of 0 is equal to 0 because x less than 0 is 0 and equal 0 is also 0. Now left hand limit. Limit x tends to 0 minus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h. Okay. Which equal to limit h tends to 0, 0 minus h. ताମାନେ 0 to small ଥିଲେ कौन हुए value हमरे 0 आसे. So directly we can write 0. Okay. Next, right hand limit. Limit x tends to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h. 0 plus h means greater than 0 कौन ଥିଲେ ଆସିବ कौन function. That's equal to limit h tends to 0, 1 by e to the power 1 by h minus 1, which equal to 1 by e to the power infinity minus 1. By infinity 1 by 0 is equal to infinity. 1 by infinity is equal to 0. If left hand limit is equal to right hand. That implies limit x tends to 0, f of x is equal to f of 0 is equal to 0. So the function is continuous. Okay. Next is x third i. X third i question. F of x is equal to sin check at x. तो आम कौन करवा फंक्शन वैल्यू चेक करवा एट दैट पॉइंट f of 0 is equal to sin pi into 0 by 2 which equal to sin 0 by 2 equal to 0. 0 by 2 equal to 0. तो आम व्यवहार करवा लेफ्ट लिमिट h x tends to 0 minus f of x. Similarly, सब केस रे कोन सेम ही लिखा जाउची h tends to 0 f of 0 minus which equal to limit h tends to 0 sin pi minus h by 2. Minus h means h place रे minus 0. h tends to 0 means minus 0.1 or 0.2 etc. नहीं करिवे तो एटी ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर के आसीबो तो हमें लाइन ड्रा कले एट आसीबो कोन 0 एपट आसे -1 ए मझरे के अछि -0.2 तो ता पूर्व इंटीजर के -1 which equal to limit h tends to 0 minus pi into -1 by 2 which equal to sin minus pi by 2 which equal to -1. Sin minus pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is equal to 1 minus pi by 2 because sin of minus theta is equal to minus n. Okay. Right hand limit x tends to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus is equal to limit h tends to 0 sin 0 plus h which equal to f of h that means pi into h by 2. Because h means 0.1 or we may take 0.2 but here previous integer is equal to what 0 0.1 or 0.2. So here greatest integer function 0 put kale kon asiba 0 that means limit h tends to 0 sin pi into 0 by 2 which equal to sin 0 by 2 sin 0 value 0 which equal to 0. Here limit does not exist since left hand limit not equal to right hand limit. So the function is what discontinuous. Okay. Next question is XIV. XIV question is f of x is equal to gx minus g of 1 divided by x minus 1 at x is equal to 1 where gx is equal to x. एटा हमको क्वेश्चन अछि तो सॉल्यूशन कोन करबा मते कोन करबा को पड़िबो f of 1 रहलो f of 1 means g of 1 minus g of 1 by 1 minus which equal to 0 by 0. Okay. That means function value does not exist. Okay. So in place of left hand limit, how will we check left hand limit case? Limit x tends to 1 minus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 g of 1 minus h minus g of 1 by divided by 1 minus h minus which equal to limit h tends to 0 cancel minus h modulus ହେଲା h minus 0 by it 1 1 cancel ହେଲା ଆସିଲା କେତେ minus h that implies value ହେଲା କେତେ minus 1 h by minus h. Now limit x tends to 1 plus f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 g of 1 plus h minus g of 1 divided by 1 plus h minus which equal to limit h tends to 0 1 plus h minus 1 modulus minus g of 1 is equal to modulus of 1 minus 1 by 1 plus h which equal to h by h since limit value left hand limit not equal to right hand limit and also function value does not exist, so it is discontinuous function. Okay.